Hello YouTube, it's William with WC Knives. Do a whittle talk. Being a knife maker and inevitably that's what everything I do comes down to is about knives. It's just one of those things, and that ain't so bad, is it? No, that's not bad. Talk about knives. But anyway, I thought maybe I'd pass on my philosophy of knives, okay, and knife design. Now, every once in a while I'll come out with a video that says introducing a such and such, a new boning knife, a hog's tooth, a homesteader, whatever. Now, when I introduce a new design, and I say it a new design, it's not a new design. It's a new design for my line, but 9 times out of 10, there are no new designs under the sun. Every design that I know of is a copy or a derivative or something of another design or a mesh of a bunch of different designs. The last knife that I would say was truly a unique design was the Tracker, and it's basically a kukri design. It's just the grind on it's different. It has a chisel grind in one area and then a saber grind in another area. So that was a unique portion. That was a unique design for a knife. Now, had it happened before? Probably, but I'm not aware of where it was or when it happened. So, in my opinion, that was the last true unique design to come out. But to me, a knife design is not only about the blade. The blade is important, yes, because you want it to cut. You want the geometry of it to be correct. And if the blade is too thick, when it comes down to an edge, it's not going to cut very well. That's the reason a Scandi grind, once you get up to the shoulders, it's difficult to cut. You ever tried to cut a tomato with a Scandi knife? It'll cut it, but if the tomato was harder, then it would be difficult for it to cut because it has to get past those shoulders. So a knife design has to not only cut what its intended purpose is to cut, whether it's soft woods and wood carving, or if it's meat, or if it's vegetables, or if it's general camp chores, feather sticks, things like that, then that edge has to be designed to do that. Okay? So it's not only the blade shape, but it's also the edge. The edge has to go into that as well. But the blade shape has to be in there. It has to be thought process too. So you've got the edge. We decided it's going to be a skinner. Okay? So along with that edge, you got to have a belly to skin with. Okay? So it needs to have a belly. Now the next question is, do I want a point, or do I want that belly to come all the way up? I want a deep belly, shallow belly. How do I want this point to look? Then the next question is, how long is the blade? Am I going to be doing deep cuts? Am I going to be skinning a moose, cutting up meat on a moose? Or is it going to be rabbits? So I only need a 2-inch blade, or do I need a 5-inch blade? So that goes into the thought process as well on designing a knife. Next comes to the handle. How am I going to be holding that knife? Is it going to be just a 4-hand cut? Is it going to be a bushcraft cut with chest levers? Is it going to be stabbing cuts? Is it a tactical blade? Am I going to be stabbing with it? Whatever knife design that you have in mind, that handle has to be part of it as well. In some cases, you're going to be using it in so many different grips that just a broom handle is maybe the best option, to where you can grab it any way you want to. The other thing is, if you're skinning with it, doing a lot of cuts, then you want it to have some ergonomics. You want it to have palm swells where it's comfortable, easy to grasp, control. Okay? So it's not only the edge, blade design, tip design, it's also handle design. All of this goes into my designs. I think about all of this. Is it comfortable to use? Can I use this knife for its intended purpose for an extended period of time and not have blisters? That's the thought process. Okay? So I thought maybe I'd just pass on what goes in my mind when I'm designing a knife. If the knife doesn't cut, then it's not a good design. If the knife does not do what its intended purpose is, of course it's not a good design. If it's uncomfortable to use, then you're not going to use it, so that's a failure as well. So all of that goes into my thought process on designing a knife. So anyway, thought maybe I'd throw that out there and let you guys kind of get in on my thought process when I say I designed a blade or a knife. Most of the time I'm taking other designs and meshing them together to create another design. See, and for instance, this knife is a kukri design. See, and it's got kind of a wood loreish style point, but it also has a belly for skinning. Now the handle, I'm not really sure I've seen this handle on anything other than my knives. It's probably out there somewhere, I just haven't seen it. The hidden lanyard hole, I wish I'd have come up with that, but I didn't. I don't know why other knife companies don't do that. It just gets the lanyard out of your way. I love lanyards, but it always gets in the way. This way it doesn't. But I hope that answers some of your questions and some of your of how I design a knife and why I design them the way I do, and maybe it's just food for thought. I don't know. Maybe you don't care. I don't know. But anyway, it's out for those that do care. So until the next one, you guys be safe. You gotta get in the woods, whittle on a stick. Take plenty of band-aids and lots of knives. Catch you on the next one.